Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Cosplay with Arena. And I know it's been a while since I last done a video on the channel, pretty much like almost a month ago, because I was actually busy enjoying my break, like after Christmas and the New Year. But other than that, we're actually trying something a little different on this channel. And no, it is not a costume or prop project video like you see previously. We'll be doing a stock car project video. What I'll be working on in this video is I'm going to turn my A6 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am into a KITT replica from the 1980s classic TV series Knight Rider, starring David Hasselhoff. Now just to clarify here, this is going to be like a part series kind of documentation, meaning that what you would see in the first part would be me showing what the car originally looked like before we stripped it down, prepped for body work, and getting it prepped for paint. And probably in later on throughout the series, we'll get to see the vehicle like fully painted, and any of the accessories you recognize, like the nose, bowling ball hubcaps, black tints, and the full custom interior. So, with that being said, let's move on to part one. Alrighty, this is what the Trans Am looks like before anything else, and this is what it would look like afterwards, hopefully. Knight Rider was one of my favorite shows growing up because it was way ahead of its time, not only for all of KITT's features, but for all the stunt work they did at the time as well. One of the first steps we actually do on this project is we strip down the entirety of the vehicle to its bare shell, just so we can move on to the body work. Next up is I'm going to grab some bog, basically the same type of bog that I actually use for most of my 3D prints, like grabbing your paste and add your beta hardener, mix it all up until it's all ready. But this time though, as you would probably see in the next shot, we're not only just filling in any of the fine lines or whatnot, we're actually filling in any of the excess like welding holes or any of the dents that have been on there previously. So I would say take your time on this one and it will turn out spectacular. And once the body filler dries, send it back until it's nice and smooth, and move on to the next step. And we're just going to hand sand the panels until it's nice and smooth, and we'll move on to the rest of the panels, which you would see later on. Ah, garage noises. It's music to my ears. Now we're moving on to the front guards. It's the same thing before as the doors like you saw previously, but only this time around, as you would see in the next footage, we actually had to cover up the mounting holes that were previously on there, like you would find in an A6 Firebird, since we're converting mine into an A2 like the one in the TV show. The bit of accuracy is what counts in this project. The same thing can be said for the underneath the doors and the rear half of the car, for where that half of the ground effects used to be. As you can see, it does require a lot of sanding, but in the end, once the paint job is on, it would look really good. Funny thing, we actually had to patch up the stock antenna hole and aerial, as KITT the show never had one. On the skirting board and the back panel, it's the same as the other side. Once all the bodywork's out of the way, we actually prime not only the guards, but the doors as well. This is like a pre-heavy makeover, but we had to remove the actual hatch glass out of the panel for the bodywork process. Now we're moving on to the bonnet. Behind the fake wall, we actually just prevented the bonnet from having any further rust as it had over the previous years. Fill out any imperfections such as the dents, and give it a sand over. And once that's done, we coat all the parts, including the rear spoiler, in some primer. Once we got everything primed and finished, minus the front and rear bumpers of course, we'll be able to do some final test fittings before we move forward. Overall, I'm pretty happy on how it came out so far. Now we're moving on to the front and rear bumpers. Both of them came from K.I.T, and they're pretty well made and excellent quality. And just like everything else around the project, it just has to be sanded down, bogged up, and then primed to match with the rest of the vehicle. The only thing we had to do with the front bumper is we had to extend it with some extra bog and fiberglass so it will line up with the rest of the front guards. And here's both of them already primed and ready for painting. And no, we're not selling it, don't worry. We're going to be loading it up onto the trailer so it'll be ready for painting for the next couple of days. We'll be sending it to a local spray paint booth so it can get its black coating. We are going to miss him, but he's going to look really spectacular with the molecular bonded shell on him. It is kind of sad to see it go off, but you'll get to see why throughout part 2 with its full paint job on everything else, which I'm very looking forward to showing you guys. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment to my YouTube channel just so you can keep on update for part 2. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram for any future content and upcoming vids. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.